Hello everyone and welcome back to another update. Been quite busy since the last one. I've got quite a bit done in the loft here. So I think I'll just start here. So this is where my workbench is going to be. Put a bit of a ply up at the back here so that the desk will sort of come to about that height, and the idea is that when you're cutting something it doesn't go flying over the edge and down into the abyss. So I'll just put a bit of backboard there, should protect that. Next, thanks to Simon Jones for the dimensions on the different containers and bottles and stuff that I'm eventually going to need. I've managed to build some shelving, a bit deep at the bottom here for bigger tubs and sort of smaller paints, and then a bit open for any odd bits and bobs, but it should come in useful for storage, for stuff like that. You know, you scatter, you static grass, all that sort of stuff. I've given all this a coat with linseed oil just to help protect the wood. I might give it a second coat tomorrow once this is set itself in a bit. So that's the workbench side of things. I've had a good clean up. I've got a big area now to move around in. Still got to move my bench up here. It's currently downstairs at the minute, so that'll be the next job. Next, baseboards. Finally done with them. This is 9mm birch ply, I believe. I got a good deal for it on eBay actually, and they were doing a 50 yeah, I think it was 20% off or something, up to £50. So got a good deal on this. There is sort of some gaps at the back. I think, you know, I mean, that was sort of all down to the fact that the roof isn't square, so in order to sort of square it up as best as possible, I've had to leave gaps at the back, but that doesn't matter because I'll cover that with scenery and gives me more baseboard width here, so that's all good. So yeah, that is all done. I'll talk about that in a minute. Here I decided to drop it down because I'm going to have build like a little river or something in here, or a canal scene. Probably not that wide, but it gives me a good base to work from. I didn't cut these bits all the way off just yet because I don't know exactly what I'm doing, and it gives me some stuff to attach to, so I'm going to think about that some more nearer the time. So I think that is about it for baseboards. Obviously I've curved all the sides off to sort of make it a bit neater. It does make reaching all the way back there very difficult though. If I go to this I can show you sort of better. It's yeah, I just can't quite reach the back, but it's all sort of pretty sturdy, so should be good. So, on to track plan. Yes, I have finally figured it out, I think. Bear in mind, it does actually, talk about the baseboards, it does actually look a bit wonky there, but it is flat. It's just the beams that are off, which throws it out. Anyway, track plan. So, back here, excuse all the mess, I plan on, because of this water tank, I've just all the way sort of around from this part around the corner there, I plan on having just a fiddle yard all the way down this side. It makes sense. There's not a lot I can sort of do with this bit, and I need somewhere to store all the locos. So that's the idea for that. As we come around here, it'll just go into two lines that will go around the back, all the way around the back, and then it'll come out of a tunnel or something around here. So the main line will be mostly viewable all the way along this side and all the way along that side back into the fiddle yard. My idea here, probably on this sort of corner here, to have the mainline station, and probably a little goods yard, maybe a little loco shed, stuff like that, sidings. So that'll be sort of the main line, so I can just sort of see trains running around as often as I want. So that's that. Obviously it'll go over the bridge here and back into another hillside, into a tunnel, and back to the fiddle yard. From the station, the branch train will come around and it will come also over the river. So the idea is the main line track sort of going straight across sort of thing, and then the branch one being a completely different style bridge sort of coming slightly diagonal, which should help make it look a bit more interesting. That will come off also into a tunnel here, and then here comes the interesting idea. I've got to fix this yet. I've not finally decided how I'm going to do this, but still got to do that. It's going to come out of a little tunnel here, along here, and this is where I plan on building a viaduct with a little valley. It's really wonky in a minute. I've got to really fix that up and sort that out, but yeah. So the idea, if I stand back a bit, is train will come out of a tunnel there, and then over a viaduct across there, which I think will give it a nice little scene, and it hides the fiddle yard a little bit. So I'm thinking that's what I could sort of really do with that side, so that'd be quite interesting. The one little problem I do have with this viaduct section is that when I come to doing all the wiring for the fiddle yard, obviously getting under here is not going to be easy. So I made sure that when I built this, that the whole section just lifts out like that. Yeah, it's very difficult to put it back in with one hand, but you sort of see some notches there and one there. Sort of go just here, so that I can get underneath and sort all the wiring up. So yeah, works quite well. And then this branch line will come along here, and on this side here, my plan is to have a little village and a terminus station, maybe a little industry as well somewhere along here. So that's sort of the idea. That way I've got the main line, and I also have a branch line as well to play with a little terminus station, and I get my viaduct, which I'm happy about. So what I don't know yet is whether I'm going to allow you to sort of see glimpses of the main line in between sort of buildings and stuff, or whether to hide it completely. If I hide it completely, it makes this scene look a lot more realistic, because you wouldn't necessarily sort of see a main line that close to a branch line, but then you don't get the advantage of occasionally being able to sort of see where your trains are if you're sort of playing with the mainline trains. So I'm still thinking about that one. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea. So double track of mainline all the way around, with that seam being on these two sides, with a little station, and then sorry for making you dizzy, branch line coming off along there, maybe into a tunnel or a cutting or something, and then into sort of a nice scenic area with a nice little quaint village or something, and a little terminus station. As for the main line station, I'm thinking of limiting it to about 5 coaches and a locomotive, so about 6 foot long. Because I think, because I've not got an insane amount of length on either side, I thought if you make it too long, it's going to start dominating, you know, the scene a little bit. So I think if I sort of stick to those limitations, it should look pretty good. So yeah, that's everything I've done up to now. My next job is to sort out that fiddle yard. I've already got more stuff downstairs, so I've got all the cork to lay down there, and all that lot, and I've got a couple of bits of track, but I've got to lay all that out yet. So I think that is everything. I think because we've got a little access hatch under there for, cause that's where the water tank and everything is, I'm thinking of making sort of this bit of removable, and then just attaching the bridges so that sort of they rest on this sort of bit of baseboard or something. But yeah, I think that is everything. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and feel free to comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, where this time I should actually have some track laid and maybe some trains running. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.